Okay, forget where I got sidetracked there. Anyway, I pulled the dowel out. I put a little bit of Loctite on there, and I'm going to help the customer for a while, so hopefully it's set up. So I use this one right here, which is number 680 retaining compound. So this one is works so they've got oil contamination. There's probably a little bit of oil residue in there, and it's good for 4,000 pounds holding pressure. It'll fill up a 15 thou gap, and that had a gap in there. And it's good for decent temperature too, but I don't have the temperature written down on it for some reason. Probably at least 360, which probably might be melted over time, but whatever. Okay, so hopefully that's tight. It's not moving. So let's see if it goes on. That was this one here, I guess. Yeah, it went right on there like it's supposed to. Hey, no more wobble. Look at that. Not wobbling. Perfect. One down. That one wobbles. So that one we need some dowels. Okay, so where are we going to find some dowel pins at? That is a big question. Let's see. I used to have a box full of that crap sitting behind me at work. Had a bag of those. Let's see. You can also use rod bearings, rod rollers at 3/16 diameter, which is what that hole is. And they're about that tall, so I can use rod rollers for that. So usually I use used ones. I don't know where those are at either. I think all that stuff's upstairs someplace. I don't know. I'm looking to see. I think I'm going to have to go on a hunt. Alright, so that's a good reason to stop on this head. Go over here on this head, and this one's missing one too. So it looks like this guy is missing all kinds of parts. There's another dowel missing. Okay, where's that junk head I just had? Put together prematurely. Look at this, 3 is something we need. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. This thing's going to almost pay for itself. I keep putting more parts off of it. When what else is left to take off? Okay. A little tighter. It's hard to get to. Oh, it is tight also. Damn! Get in there to get a hold of it. Something's got to come out to get to that point. So we're going to pull a stud. Luckily, we know how to do that around here. I'll get this stud out of the way because that should give me full access to it if the stud's not in the way. Another tight one. Had to get 2 bites on that. So it does screw it up a little bit when you do that. So always beat the bad part into the head so it goes upside down, or how it was originally put in. Alright. The head that keeps giving. off the oil. So I'm going to put these in upside down. Okay. In. Nice and tight. This one's one of these two of them. That is loose. Even the bang marks on it, it's loose. That one's loose too. Alright, so this one's going to need some Loctite on it. Now one of the tricks you can do is roughen up the surface a little bit to make it a little tighter. So instead of prick punching it, you just hit it with the dikes. So you put little creases in there, see? That makes it go in tight. And you put some snooper snot on there just to make sure it's got some lube on that thing. Don't need much, just a little bit. Easy. Deeper than I wanted to go. Up a little bit. And this one here is really loose. Yep. More marks on that one. Don't go very hard, obviously. A little bit tighter. Enough. Get them in there just a little bit. See, height there. There's the other one. There's the other one right there. That one and that one about the same height. Set up this slightly. And you want to make sure there's no Loctite on the top of the stud, because when you put the rocker arm, you don't want it to stick in the rocker arm. It'll stick in the head. So if there's any excess Loctite, wipe it off. And when you put this on there, it'll have to line to it. And that'll line up the studs permanently. Okay. It's not wobbling, so I know the stud stayed up in, or dowel stayed in there. So when one drops down, it gets loose again, remember? Okay, so we got all these locks done now. Just going to put back in the head over here so I don't lose it. Go ahead and put her all back in here. I'll put in that one. Don't want to go in there. There it goes. So you can put it back in the hole, you don't lose the stud, see? There you go. Yeah, if I leave them in the heads, I don't lose them. If I put them somewhere else, I'll lose them. Okay, so like that. Put the tools away. Okay, now I get some nuts to hold these down temporarily with. Where's my temporary nuts at? Found a whole bag of temporary nuts over here. Only need 2 nuts per rocker arm for what we're going to do. Actually, I don't even need that many. That's not a 1/2 inch, dumbass. Half-inch socket. 7/16 does not work for this application. Wrong with that nut. All right. I'll mix this nut back in there. Okay. Arms are nice and free. It's a good sign. See how loose they are, even though they're all new. Not too bad. So we're good with that. Okay, so now all of these need to be, figure out what we're going to do with them. So usually I just put like a felt tip on top and work them back and forth a little bit. See what it takes to make them work. Felt tip pin. Way off. So you're looking at your drum where it's hitting the rocker, the valve tip and the rocker arm. So you can see how it digs in at high lift. So the rocker arm digs in the edge of the valve over here is what you're looking at. You can see where it starts at. It's kind of in the middle there at best. And then the bottom's out right there. How much lift are you getting? About that much. Probably about all you're going to see in the real world, so it's fine. So you go back and forth like that a few times, you can leave a mark. And the mark we're getting is right here, that mark right there. It's only hitting on the edge of the valve here a little bit, right on the tip. Okay, so that's that one. This one over here, we haven't done it, so we don't know exactly what it is yet. So I'll go ahead and do it up on this one also. So I get to it. This one's not digging in nearly as much, it's more freer. This one here you can feel it's real rough feeling because it's digging in the side of the valve stem. So you can feel that gritty as it's scraping across the sharp edge across the table instead of rolling back like this one. This one's a lot easier, about half the effort really to make it work. You see how it scrubs across the top there? Now you're not going to be lifting that far, you're only going to be going about this far. You can see how it scrubs at the very end there? It's kind of all of these things. So you can see where it's sitting right there, but it's a lot more. Even though the mark looks about the same, it's a lot better contact. You can see where it's hitting on the valve. Even a little bit of color on that one. This one here, see, there's no color because it's sitting on the edge. Probably transferring something right here on the edge somewhere, but it's not even doing enough to do that. Big difference in tension. Alright, so that's how we do that. You can see it's getting more of an area rubbed across. It's a lot flatter. So usually I use two hands. I put more pressure on things with two hands. Because I actually hold the valve over here with my fingers. So I can put more pressure on things. More of a mark left now. Once again, you can see where it's hitting right there. This one, there's nothing you can see. You can see how that's still just a straight line. You can see how this one here, it's actually got an area coming in, the whole corner's hitting. So now we have to go and grind these. So this is my grinding tool over here. Jim didn't make that, I did. So I used 3 rocker arm assemblies to make one tool. So I destroyed $150 with the Harley parts to make one tool. There you go. Of course, they didn't cost that when I bought those. And those were bad ones anyway. So they're all galled up. So I made out junk tools. More or less. Okay, so this side here, got to do the same thing on this one and see what it is on this side. And let's see if they're going to be the same or different. So you got TD lip problems, that flips up after I'm done. Cam time is getting off there a little bit. A little bit better on both of these. This one actually looks pretty good. It's a little bit heavier pressure there when I do it that way. Alright, so you can see the rub mark right there. Hitting right there. This one's hitting a large area. It's hitting right over in that area there. You can see the mark. So you can see the rocker arm sitting on the inside, and it goes to the outside as it works. The rocker arm's a lot better. It rolls across the whole face, which is what you're after. So this one here is pretty damn nice. Now remember, you're supposed to put these on the bike and run them the way they are. Wonder why you have a lot of valve issues on panheads. So this one here is by far the worst one. It's eating the piss out of itself. You see how it's not even close to where it needs to be. Way too far out, needs to be in further. Alright, we take all that apart, we need to get our tool out and go do some grinding. Alright, we're back.